A happy new year to everyone. I'm recording these episodes at the very beginning of 2022, and I want to talk about something that is important to us, especially at the beginning of the year. There are very many people who are looking at a psychological new, to start a new relationship, to start a new life, basically to begin things afresh. And I will say this, even as I'm throwing in a spanner in the works, I will tell people, instead of starting to begin afresh, refreshing yourself and so on and so forth, I would rather that you identify and clarify what your purpose in life is. And thereafter, you'll just be creating milestones and processes and systems to be able to fulfill that particular purpose. And that's how it's done. But I want to begin a new series, and I want to discuss in this series the importance of timelines and tracking in your purpose pursuit. That's exactly it. That's what we need, especially at the beginning of the year. What do we do with timelines? And what do we do with tracking at the beginning of the year, at the middle of the year, towards the end of the year? That's it. That's what we need. Let's see the importance of that even in your purpose pursuit. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
The new year is a psychological new for all of us, even the new month or the new week. We love new things. We love new beginnings because new beginnings, they give us an opportunity to forget the disappointments, to forget the distresses and the stresses of the past, and to forge ahead with a new resolve, with a new mandate, with a new direction in our lives. And I've said, even as I was introducing this new series, that I'd rather people discover and clarify their purpose first. And they do this once and for all. And then moving on, the only thing that you'll be doing will be tracking that purpose pursuit with timelines and with a tracking mechanism to find out, I said I was going to be at this particular moment in time. I said I was going to save 5 million units of my currency this year. It is March. Where am I at? Am I on track? So there's an element of the timeline there, and then there's an element of the tracking itself. But you know that at the end of the day, all these things are based, or they are hinged on one common denominator, which is the direction you're taking, your purpose. The intention of your life. That is what is the common denominator in there. So once you've gotten your common denominator, and I've been talking about how you can discover your purpose all along these episodes. And if you wanted to know how you can discover your purpose, I can teach that to you in 8 weeks, minimum 8 weeks. You'll be able to know what your purpose is. You'll know how to own it. You'll know how to deploy it. You'll know how to monetize it. Minimum 8 weeks. You can go to lifesignatures.life and you'll find the course there. It's called Discover Your Purpose, 8 milestones on the journey of your purpose. And once that is done, all that matters to you from that moment on is the milestones, the tracking that you're going to set, that is going to govern the fulfillment of that particular purpose. That's what's important. And we've said Numbers are critical in purpose pursuit, but tracking is also important in purpose pursuit. You'll be shocked by the number of people who do not have numbers and tracking systems and timelines for their lives, for their goals, or even for their own purpose. You'll be shocked. In fact, I challenge you today. You do this experiment. That go into a room, a collection where people are, and give them this challenge that you have $10,000 and it's, in your briefcase or it's in your disposal, at your disposal. Challenge them to produce for you a plan right then and there. Not to produce, actually, not to write, not to create it, but to produce, to give it to you. That shows the way that they're going to spend that money, investing it, saving it, deploying it, and so on and so forth, right then and there. I guarantee you, you will go back home with your $10,000. Because people don't sit down and they don't do this. It's the same thing with setting the timelines and the tracking systems for the pursuit. The importance of tracking and timelines in your purpose pursuit can never be overemphasized, especially maybe at the beginning of the year, the end of the year, whatever time of the year it is. They can never be overemphasized. Why is this? People love to recite vision, mission statements, and values and so on, but they don't have the numbers that are backing them up. They haven't written down this number. They haven't cracked their heads to find out a tracking system and metrics and timelines for the fulfillment of this vision and these mission statements. See, without timelines and tracking systems being imposed on our goals, on our mission, and on our vision, these things are just high-sounding verbiage, high-sounding vocabulary, inspirational, and so on. And that's why sometimes people say we are tired of motivational speakers. Why are they tired of motivational speakers? Because motivation can only take you so far. There's gotta be something that buttresses the motivation, the inspiration, and that is numbers, that is timelines, that is the systems of tracking and follow-up and productivity at the end of the day. The vision is a spiritual part of your purpose. It is. But it needs to be authenticated and it needs to be produced. It needs to be made tangible. That means that it has to produce something. And it cannot produce without tracking, without timelines, without numbers. Timelines and tracking systems are an absolute must in the pursuit of purpose and in your projects. And that's what I want us to dwell on these episodes going forward, how important they are. And I love doing series because we can get deeper into the meaning of things and into the how and the why and so on, because we're doing a series. See, if I look at my historical documents, I've unearthed several ideas, good, brilliant ideas, and they're still good today, they're still viable today, but they're impotent because I do not have timelines and tracking systems for those ideas. That is what I'm telling you today. We are risking getting excited with ideas and not having an extra time to go into timelines and the tracking of these ideas at the end of the day. We need to make sure that we are tracking them, and we need to make sure that we have the systems and the timelines for them. And I'm going to continue discussing this in the episode that follows tomorrow, and before we can look at the reasons as to why timelines and tracking systems are important. But until then, start thinking about this. Yes, you have a vision, you have your mission, you have your purpose statement, but do you have a tracking system? Do you have timelines for them? Until tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.